to them,
Right.
because they are public records.
Okay, there's a motion to advertise for part-time on-call. Is there a second to the motion?
Do you wanna put in there what the hourly wage is so that people know? I'll put that, yeah,
Do you want me to?
I think probably, probably when they log phone call people, they want to pay.
Okay, you
so
will need a
what
phone number contact, I don't know if you want that to be January.
do you want to put? Laborer, 950, and operator,
Yeah.
1150.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. Is there a second to the motion? To run the ad? Do roll call, Jeff,
Yes,
Ben,
Yes.
Dan.
Yeah,
we're just assuming that's the advocate, what do you feel about running it in the Beacon? Their rates are pretty low. Just a thought.
I'd rather just do it, yeah, I think that's fine. We put it on the website, people check the website.
Do you want a motion to put it on the website?
Everybody agrees, that's fine.
You've got the document, you could make it a PDF probably and put it out there.
You guys want the application on there, or just that we're hiring, that,
The application is something we're gonna be using forever, so.
So they go turn it off then.
yeah,
Makes it convenient for most people.
Can you put the website in the ad, put application available at,
yeah,
put the website, and stop someone call from coming in,
yeah,
then you get on there and check it out.
yeah.
Hold on to these. If you would, if anyone wants to.
When did you wanna discuss the videotaping? Yes, I've got a draft resolution on that, do you wanna do that now?
Hang on, I have another question.
Good.
We're having the meeting about the employees on the 10th, right?
You have it in after the jump call, right? Not yet.
No, I haven't.
We'll do it the same day.
Okay.
You can
Are
have
we
a
doing it
review.
you wanna do it,
before the junk car, or at the same time?
It doesn't matter to me, whatever you guys.
I think we should have a separate meeting and just adjourn and start. That way we're just concentrating on that one
Do you
thing.
wanna do it?
Employee thing at 6:30, or do
That's
we
fine.
need
Yeah,
more than
let's-
half an hour?
yeah,
Just to review applications, is what I would say.
We can hire people that night.
That gives
So
public
it's at
notice that
6:30
there's
in
an
case they
application.
wanna come,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
The other one's
And
at
then
7.
junk car will be at 7.
Yep.
Okay, you can go on there.
Yeah, very good. What do you have,
Oh, it's not on the agenda, I thought that we talked about putting it on there, but it's not on it. It was in the meeting minutes, but, this is draft resolution, because there was a lot of discussion about the videotaping. Residents felt that it was time that we got our own video camera, so like I say, this is a draft version. The reason for the draft is to discuss it tonight. Any concerns down, and probably forward to Alice, see where we're going. Draft resolution, Bowling Green Township trustees shall authorize purchase of video camera equipment by fiscal officer out of the general fund for the sole purpose of public record documentation, all Board of Trustees public meetings. The vote on the question of passage of this resolution shall be taken by roll call vote and entered into the public record. The Bowling Green Township Board of Trustees agreed to authorize the Township Fiscal Officer to purchase a combination audio-video recording device for a fiscal officer to utilize at every Bowling Green Township Board of Trustees public meeting. The device will replace the current cassette tape recording system now used as the official audio public record. The fiscal officer will upload all public record videotapes to the official township website within 1 week of each public meeting adjournment. Each trustee's meeting will be recorded by the fiscal officer on the new device from the meetings called to order through the motion to adjourn. I left this part blank because I think we should put an amount on it. The amount of this purchase of this new equipment will not exceed X amount. The township's record and retentions policy will be updated to give notice on cost to charge the public for copies of any public record video recording. The Board of Trustees will establish a time frame on how long it will take to fill all public record requests for copies of public record videotapes.
Speak up.
So that's what we got. And like I say, you know, however you wanna adjust that, if you wanna proceed it forward, or put it on the agenda for next month, whatever you wish.
When you have to do it, if you put everything on
What,
there, right?
will our website, actual website, be able to hold up here? I know.
I have no idea. That was something I would have to discuss with our web guy.
I move we put this on the agenda for next month's regular meeting.
Would you know that? If our website, actual website, will hold that, all that content?
Our website is hosted with the Ohio Township Association of Miami University. That's who you need to contact. How do you upload and stuff now?
Let's just send everything to him and he puts it on
To
there.
email the PDF and he's doing all the uploads. So
I tell
just,
him what I want and he puts it on there.
I would inquire and about what the bandwidth is and what FTP software you need, just get whatever
That
information.
will cost more?
It doesn't cost anything now.
Oh.
Once put on next month's agenda, why don't you,
You can keep that.
why don't you send a copy to Alice and then give her opinion on it?
Do you wanna put any input on it now, or just send that draft as is?
Just send that as is, I'll see her input on it.
If that's the line there, do you wanna,
Yeah, we can fill that in later if we decide to do it, I don't know.
cause at some point we'll have to get some quotes for that. So that's next month's agenda? Or but you do want me to send Alice to
Yes, please.
advance?
And her response, I'll give a copy of that. Real quick, how do you feel about that, Jenny? Is that gonna help you, not help you? Just give your input on it.
Make more work.
Just have to send everything. Which one? What do we do? Okay. Pretty good. Medical insurance, talk about that.
I don't think there's anything that needs to.
I'll have to contact her. I don't know if I have to set up an account separately or if she, I don't know.
Except, I'm going to.
Yeah, I gave you guys the permanent appropriations, but, I just need a motion to accept those.
I move to accept the appropriations.
Second.
Roll call, Jeff,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
Dan. And on that, kind of goes into the road work thing, we will have approximately $150,000 this year for
Real good.
road work.
You see what we have carried over for last year, 75, 80,000?
Yeah,
That'd be-
that counts.
That counts as
Counts.
total.
Yeah,
It's what we bid out last year.
right, well, we have a total of 150,
We got our money.
yes,
So
we have
the
a
Okay.
total there's 150.
Okay.
Do you have a copy of the current 5-year plan?
I don't have one with me.
When was that last done?
Last year
Yeah, we
when
did
we
it last year.
did the issue. One paperwork.
Well,
We're on the road work now.
Yeah.
On the road work, I think we ought to, we're doing Rankin Road from Laurel Hill to Jim White's. And,
you don't wanna take the turn, go around it?
yeah, but see, this is what was bid on last year.
Do you have, what was bid last year, specs,
I don't know.
do we have that already?
We got it some,
I have
But- but if we continue out Rankin Road from Jim White's to Bowser,
Oh, you do wanna go all the way up?
yeah, but that's what we'll get bids on from Jim White's
The turn.
to the turn,
To the stop sign.
and, I think we should, well, and spot patch it, then spot patch all of Mount Hope, and, chip and seal Mount Hope.
Well, if we're gonna get specifications, we can get them all, and then,
Yeah,
cause I think we need to look at that section of Somerset, especially the interstate beyond. We had some pretty big potholes there. And
Put
that
some spot
helps,
patching on it.
Yeah.
but I think we should
A
get,
lot of it's on the edges, you know,
Yeah.
we're falling out, and up there where it stays shaded a lot.
is that in, do you know what's in the 5-year plan or where that falls in that? Because we need to update that too if we're gonna apply for grants. But Somerset, that section in there, we definitely need to address it. And Cooper Rider Road it's already, where it was chip and sealed in the back section, it's already turned out to gravel. So Cooper Rider Road definitely needs to be part of it. I'd like to at least get up. Before we did a pretty heavy double chip and seal in the first section, and it was paved in there. If we can go up and past that turn at least, because where those driveways come down.
Flat spots, just, that's all the water that runs off of it.
Right.
Just washes that out.
But also the county, what is his name, Kurt? When I was down there looking at the inventory stuff, he said they'd be willing to come out and give suggestions. So if we keep doing the same thing, it's kind of like the definition of insanity, expect a different result and you do the same thing. We've already lost the chip and seal.
And in some of these spots, we gotta just spot patch and put asphalt down, is the only way you're gonna keep them.
But if we could take, Cooper Rider's holding pretty good actually in the first section compared to what it was before. And that's been 3 or 4 years ago now, wasn't it? But I'd like to get that further to that offset cul-de-sac in the back. If we can slowly get working on it, instead of just throwing stuff in the hole, it's not gonna fix the problem. But I definitely agree with Dan on Rankin Road, at the south end needs attention. In addition to that, Dan called me Friday, Saturday I went out and I did go to all the roads. I found a lot of things out there that, like signs and things that aren't really roads. But when we do sign updates and inventory, I wanna address that stuff. But I think it's important we start being a little more proactive with, like Lone Oak, there's a lot of cracks starting there. And there are proven seal programs and crack seal programs that can be used. If you wait too long, it won't add those years to it. Lone Oak is a good candidate to look into maybe some kind of sealing. Over at Dogwood Lakes, there's areas that got lots of cracks, and it might be beyond doing that. But if we can somehow put some preventative things in, instead of looking at the roads that are the worst all the time, think a little bit further ahead. Because as far as I know, the township's never had any crack.
I've never got a price on that, doing
No.
that. Seal.
I don't mind contacting, there was a lot of good information at the convention there.
Just find out where they even call.
If we could get somebody to come in,
Talk to.
if you're willing to do that.
Sure.
I really think we should be looking further down the road.
Open wards there, like Broadways,
Yeah.
to the interstate.
We'll check it. I'll just, cause I think I'll put down another 400 ton of spot patching.
So we got some, lots of places that
Yeah.
can use it, so.
We could, cause they were already putting 400 ton down. If we put another 400 ton down on spot patching, we'll just have to see where it goes.
We've done a lot with this side of open woods over the last recent years.
This side,
I think we do need, from Bromley's beyond is up to the interstate, I think needs more attention than it's gotten.
oh yeah.
Is that what you're
Over
talking
Bromley's,
about?
Yeah.
Further up?
To the interstate, yeah, definitely. Yeah, the backside's got
See,
that.
we
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to do Bromley's when we done the last asphalt. It took so much and we couldn't have done the hill. We done that hill one
Paved, yeah.
going down Oak Woods.
So we're slipping on the far side there, backside.
And there's a spot there on Honda Hills too, probably should be patched up towards the
Bridge.
Somerset,
Yeah.
past the bridge.
We patch out every year up there.
I think we should do that.
We'll just see what we can do with what asphalt we can get.
Well, I think we need to get with the engineer then and get the specifications. You may already have some of them from the last one.
Well, like the actual
I have
measurements and stuff.
a.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got
Yeah,
it
what
from
they've been on
last, yeah.
The stuff you bid on that didn't
Yeah,
So do you have a good enough list to give to Lozier to get tasked for specifications? Because we
no,
can't
I'll
put,
get the list all together
okay,
and then, get an idea how much tonnage it's gonna take.
so you want to take that to engineer?
Yeah, I'll get the engineer's estimate and then, as soon as I get all that stuff done, and we'll advertise it. I'll let Jenny know when we got it all done, then we just put it in the paper, and then so we can open up the last meeting of the month.
Okay.
Just open up bids last of
April.
April. That'd be all right?
Definitely.
Yeah, as long as we get specifications.
Yeah,
from
I gotta get all that stuff done before we put it in the paper. Right?
Yeah, as long as we get it from him,
Sure, no,
because when
Yeah.
we're bidding, we want to make sure that they,
You gotta have all that stuff there before you can bid on it.
right,
definitely.
so you're gonna contact him
Yeah,
pretty soon?
yeah, I'll get that stuff done here within the week and, we'll, and as soon as I get it done, I'll let Jenny know and then we put it in the paper for bid.
Can you get a copy of the 5-year plan and send it to me? Because we need to update that too.
Yeah. Is it, when do we usually apply for this usually?
It's usually due in October, beginning of October.
Or we usually apply for the same roads every year?
Yeah, but we don't have to.
Maybe we'll see what we get done here and then maybe find something else and
Yeah.
get lucky. You never know. Okay. Very good.
Well, when the bids do come in, we're probably gonna find out that we aren't gonna be able to do all of,
Oh,
I think, because.
Yeah, we
There's
won't,
all not hopes quite a bit.
I know it is.
Uh,
We'll see what we can do.
But when you quote that, if you could quote, maybe the north end separate from the south end,
Oh,
break,
yeah.
break it up so we could.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, anything else? Anything else on the road work?
No, not other than the signs. There were several signs that were completely missing.
Solid, did you put those ones up on the corner of?
Yeah,
Honda
Honda Hills is
Put that
done.
post in there. Good.
Do we need to purchase more of those wood posts for the, or we need one more, or is there one back?
There are a couple ways I take some signs off of them, there's some old signs on
So I
it.
think we just need one for Mac Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
It's just for the same location, right?
Yeah.
Orr Road is missing, did you know that? Now, ODOT will probably pay for that one, but someone needs to contact them. I don't know why it's gone.
I see the guy that staked it off on top of that system.
End of Rankin and Bowser, that one's missing again, we replaced that one 4 or 5 years ago and it's gone. I did notice some other signs that were vandalized, stop signs. One in Lupa. It's not open woods.
Not what we do.
Yeah, the north end, Lupa Meadow. Well, you saw it, we were plowing it, somebody hit it with a buckshot or
Oh,
something.
yeah, we're.
But at some point, we gotta start ordering those reflective signs, and we probably should start with the stop signs. I don't know if we can get any used ones or not, if they're even to the point where those are in the loop.
We'll try to find out soon, definitely. Definitely, okay.
Was it John Hoffer that,
I think he does it anymore. That was getting the sign.
yeah, he got enforced
He-
before.
he had a phone. I don't know if he still
No,
can do
he
it,
was
but,
like, yeah, that was getting the sign.
because he had to be removed from the zoning commission, because he wasn't allowed to do both or something.
So,
Trying to
should
ask
we
him, I'd say,
contact him maybe and ask him to put up?
yeah, probably.
Yes, he can.
Do you have some contact?
Yeah, I can do that.
Sure. Yeah.
If not, I guess I can call the garage and find it.
Back in January, I received a letter, I think everybody received it from Judge Higgins' office. Did you get that about the community service projects?
I think it was in the correspondence we had here.
Yeah. They offer, through Judge Higgins' office, they offer a community service project, for non-violent, offenders who come out and they give free labor to the township. I talked to the office and, and who I need to talk to and ask them what they'd be willing to offer the township, and he said that they work with lots of townships, lots of villages. They do all kinds of projects from litter cleanup to painting to building, and he said it just varies, who he has on his crew, what kind of, trade skills they have and stuff like that. They had a couple open dates that they would be willing to help us. Usually what they do is they come out once a month to any village, township, that's interested. Like I said, for litter cleanup, whatever we want them to do. We have to provide the tools and the materials needed, and they'll provide the labor. Like I said, it's usually from 2 to 12 guys. They'll let you know a week ahead of time, how many guys are gonna be able to come. And I talked to him, asked him, if we could get in on the program, and he said definitely. I think it'd be a good thing for us to utilize free labor,
For trash pickups
for everything. And he said that they're willing to do almost everything. He said they've done painting, litter cleanup. He says sometimes he has, skilled guys that, whether it be electrician, plumber, stuff like that. He doesn't know who he's gonna have on his crew, until a week ahead of time. And they have offered to get set up with us on the 3rd Friday of every month, starting in April. If we wanna go ahead and move forward with it, and I told him to go ahead and sign us up. And then if he heard from me that we wanted to do something different, that I would let him know. One thing that I asked is, he said they come out, he said usually from like 9 to 3. And I said, what do you guys do about lunch? He said that they could provide lunch. He said a lot of places provide lunch for the workers, whether it would just be sandwiches and chips or pizza or whatever. He said it doesn't have to be nothing gourmet. So, what do you guys think? I mean, I think it's definitely something to take advantage
Who
of.
supervises it?
He said he's
Oh,
here
he's here.
100% of the time. Yeah.
It's him personally.
It's not Joe Higgins, the man's name is. His name is Steve. I don't know his last name.
What are they asking from us, some kind of commitment that we wanna do it, or?
Yeah, he said that they're willing to, he said they went ahead and signed us up for the 3rd Friday of every month, unless we want to change, unless we don't want it. He
So it's
said-
already set.
Yeah, he said if we don't want them, just call them and tell them. It says on here that, they do such things as weed and brush removal, painting, litter removal, janitorial services, etc. And he said it's a whole array of things that they can do.
How many
He said
It
anywhere from
depends.
2 to 12. He said he'll know a week ahead of time.
on each time?
Yep. And I said, well, contact me, a week ahead of time and let me know how many guys you're gonna have. I mean, it's free labor, it's not gonna cost us anything, unless we provide lunch to them, it's very minimal.
As long as it's supervised, I
Yeah,
think.
he said on the ahead of time, they'll be supervised.
And they carry, I'm sure, some kind of insurance to the
Yeah,
court.
yeah, exactly. One idea I had, you guys, this one is out there, is I know we have a litter problem, definitely, Rankin Road's horrible. Lots of litter on that road. And then maybe another thing in this room, if we wanna, if we ever do some painting and updating. You guys have any ideas? Do you-
Marv would
do you-
have to confirm this, but I think it was on the 21st of April, it's a Saturday. Is that right, when the scouts wanted the building?
Yeah.
Is that the litter removal?
Yeah,
Okay.
see, they have adopted Hunt Hills Road,
That's
and they
fine.
can,
Right, and I wasn't gonna let them, I've talked to them.
yeah, what I'm saying is if you could coordinate it the same day,
Sure, sure.
it could be combined and done.
That we just do, and he said that, a lot of times on a good day, if the weather's decent, and he has a good group of guys, he said they don't have a problem covering 10, 12 miles of roads. And that would cover half the township,
Yeah, Rankin always collects,
yeah.
there's a habitual litter, somebody out
And I
there.
thought, maybe the first time, we could just have them do litter and just see how it goes, that's an easy project, there's nothing hard in that, so.
Do you want a motion for that? Is that-
I've already signed everything, unless he hears different, so, are you guys all right with that?
I'm fine, right?
You all right with that? And I'll kinda take charge of it, I'll keep in contact with the guy and, get these guys going.
And if we do have problems, we can just, right.
You're right, 100%, definitely. And if anybody in the community has any ideas, what we could use the guys for, definitely let us know.
I got stalls that need clean.
What do you do?
I think that's a good idea.
I've got some
Paint
too.
stuff in here, 'cause
Sure.
we were talking about
Sure,
all
I mean,
that.
definitely.
That's only a couple hours.
Even if we haven't come in and do the demo stuff or whatever, he said they'll do pretty much whatever. Definitely. Alright, so you guys good with that, huh? Very good. Will you guys go with taking that? You guys start taking that? Like,
To be here.
At the back, trash.
Oh, sure.
We'll be able to,
Let's see what I can do.
awesome. That's all I have. You guys have anything else?
I think so.
Public comment?
You brought up about the roads, I didn't hear Cherry Hill brought up. Is it gonna be done?
Yeah, yeah,
That's on the big flash.
yeah, yeah,
Is
Cherry
it gonna be
Hill,
paved or
No,
chip and
chip.
sealed, or is it
It's
going
gonna be
back to
spot.
gravel?
spot patched and then chip and seal.
Which they'll pave the bad, real bad spots and chip the seal over it, so they don't slide or move.
Okay, cause we got spots that are, there's nothing there, it's all gravel.
Yeah. And then that, Mac Road and Cherry Hill Road and Rankin, and there might be some on Oak Woods.
You have a culvert that's starting to collapse also on Cherry Hill Road.
Where that,
What other place?
where the hump is?
Yeah,
How big is it?
It's starting to
it's
become,
about a 30 or 36 inch.
Well, I think.
That'd be the county,
County cover road,
they
yeah.
have to be involved with it.
Yeah.
County won't be over, they 36, I think,
Is it 36?
I think it's something more right around.
36 or 48, the county.
Yeah. Okay. Is that
but it's
it?
gonna start taking road away.
Sure, we'll look at it, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. Anything else? Sally?
I wanna know when the Adams house is coming down.
I was in the prosecutor's office when I talked to her about a couple things, and I asked her what we could do about it. One of the things that I need to do first, and I need to speak to the gentleman, I guess kind of just a courtesy stop to find out what his plans are. I mean, I myself would like to see it gone just as much as, you know, a lot of people. One of the avenues that she suggested was to go with a new, file nuisance against him. So I wanna get his input and see what his thoughts, are on tearing it down. I mean, if he's gonna tell us he's gonna tear it down for the next 30 days, we don't wanna file all that stuff. But if he has no plans in the short future, then.
Well, it's a health hazard, it's a public safety hazard, you can't see to go out on North Street or pull onto 668, and it's evaluating the properties in the area.
Sure.
And we put up with it for 2 years, and last year we had rats that were about 12 inches long.
And I discussed all that with her, and, I've had, complaints and talked with a lot of people from around there, and we took all that to her, and, that's what she suggested that we did.
Do you have a file on that I could look at? Cause this was in
Just a verbal
2011.
All for the house.
Yeah. Cause I know you had pictures and you met with the county and done different things.
I don't know if there's a file on it, I'm not aware of a file on it.
So it started with the resolution you made to not allow the build. There had to have been some other documents besides just that resolution.
There was no resolution to tell them they couldn't rebuild.
We didn't tell them they couldn't rebuild. They just had to
That's why I'm
rebuild.
asking for all the documents that led up to your resolution. There's gotta be something.
I
I know there weren't any public hearings that I know of, but
Well, the only hearing we had when they met with the zoning appeals. I'll hear about that and see if they,
they never had a hearing whether they could rebuild it.
that was the work, that was the only hearing.
Thinking county has it.
What I wanted, I want the paper trail of what happened up to the point before your resolution. There's gotta be something.
I don't know if there is a file for that, what was done before that. I don't understand what you're asking. for.
Well,
When you
it was
realize-
reported that you've gone,
But nothing to it.
It wasn't part of, it wasn't the township's situation, the owner of the property and the trash company went to the township
Have nothing
We
to
were
do with it.
involved in that,
until,
per se.
until the attorneys came.
Licking County engineers said that they could not build there because of the impeding on the road right of way.
what I'm asking for is the documentation, like letters from engineers and that type of thing.
Contact the engineer's office, the engineer's office has it.
So there's no file or anything, it just starts with the resolution. As far as the township records.
There was no resolution.
You made one.
No, we didn't.
No,
What
there was no
happened?
resolution to tell them they could rebuild. They can rebuild there.
The record, it's out
If
there.
there was a resolution, it
There
was.
was a resolution.
The resolution
I'm asking for
was-
the information prior to that happening. There's gotta be public record.
Don't make a name for yourself.
You made a resolution, we passed, I referenced it tonight. That's what I'm talking about. I want the public records that were available before that time.
there was nothing up to that time.
If you spoke with the engineer.
There had to been
where's
some
that
from the
where's that
county.
documentation from the county? It's-
The attorney, Mr.
I
Adams'
don't know.
attorney has it.
So, I mean, if you wanna talk to the
His
engineer, if you
name is
wanna
Adam Richardson.
talk to them, I mean, I don't know where they go for that, there's nothing to the township, no paperwork, no paper trail.
You, wasn't that day or the day before, you had your, it was the regular meeting,
Wouldn't have.
Mr. Adams was here, which was lawyer. You had met with somebody, the zoning inspector, you had met somebody. Would there be some kind of paper trail on
They have the mound
your
system, they
meeting?
can do it there. But the mound system is
Did you meet on site there or what?
It's like a big old house.
Because I thought that you came to the meeting, you stated that you had met with them and talked about, that's how you came about having your resolution, that they couldn't rebuild.
We didn't make a
They
resolution.
never told them they couldn't rebuild it, they just had to follow the specs if they wanted to rebuild it.
Your resolution, I read it already, like I said, there's,
Is there
I thought that
further
was-
that
do you
has
know
to be
where
built there?
I thought
They
they
said they never would live there again.
your resolution, I stated it, it's in your records. What I'm wanting to know is the information.
Well, we
We don't have anything big enough for that.
So, but,
Alright, any other
I'm
public
just trying to
comment?
figure out how you came to that resolution, what's, you did reference the county and different things.
This is hearsay stuff that I've heard.
But that's, isn't that how you based the decision?
Go ahead.
Y'all talking about, doing road work on Cooper Rider Road. Is there any plans to do anything with the ditch out there?
Which
Cause
part?
that's what your problem is, you don't,
It's washing away the road.
when it's raining, the water's going halfway out the
In the
road.
flat spots up there,
Yeah,
where you come up top of the hill?
you go through the two S-turns,
Okay.
and then you start down over the hill. I mean, you put pavement in there, but if you can't stop the water from going over the road, you're just putting money in the ditch over there.
That's where I'd like to have the engineer come out and give suggestions of how we can deal with the water.
I'd like to utilize the chain gang in the meantime to dig out the ditch.
I don't know if we can do that or not, but.
What was your name?
Miller.
Miller?
Yep. Miller.
You're talking about where the gravel's washed into the ditch.
Yeah, what you got there is when it rains real hard, it comes off of Lambert's field into the ditch. And there's a pretty good inrush off that field, and it's filling up that ditch. And it does good right after you guys clean it out until first two rainstorms, and then it just fills back up again, and then after that, the water's running over the road. You know, I put my daughter on the bus every morning, and if it's raining, she has to walk through the water to get on the bus. So, I mean, if you don't fix the ditch, fix the road, ain't gonna do you no good. It's gonna wash out again eventually.
We can take a look at it, definitely.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'd like to get the engineer's office out there.
They'll want to come out and take a look at it, sure. We'll do that and get some suggestions
Because
from them.
the stone's just gonna keep washing up down there if we don't do something different.
Definitely. Hopefully put that, get that section of the road in there. Skin on the road work, if we can ditch that and then do the road. It's gonna hold it. Any other public comment, anybody? No? No more than that?
We pay bills.
Up there, right away there's
Towards the back.
16 foot, I think. Down through there.
I think that's right, it's not very wide.
It's not very wide.
You need to deal with the trees in there too.
See, it changes to 60 feet wide when you go down through the bottom. Very-
Years ago, Lambert had
Okay, the first purchase order,
on top of that ditch, there was one right there. Convert the water, so
We was doing it.
I raised my hand, and she's all looking down.
yeah, reopen it now.
Yeah, anybody else have a comment? So go ahead.
They've all been
like this. I
Go
guess you
ahead,
didn't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I was just wondering, every time I hear about a violation, it's junk cars. Is there any other, township violations that the township is interested in? Or is it just junk cars?
Name it, what do you reference?
Well, all the time I've lived here, I've seen violations, I've even written them up, clear back to when Walter was here. But all I ever got, all along, Donnie was here at the time that I brought it up again, and he said, yeah, you're right, that is a violation. It's always, you leave him alone, he's lived here all his life.
Well, reference something.
Okay,
what we're being allowed
what
to.
about this big trucking business that was only supposed to have 2 trucks, and there's 10 of them there all the time? They've been after us continuously, but he's lived here all his life, so they never say a word. I mean, right down the hill, right down the hill, nobody ever does anything, says anything, or cares. And that's a violation.
Would
It's
there-
not just junk cars, it's a
would there have been a
violation.
limit set on that they could?
What?
Was there a limit set that they could only
Yes.
have 2 trucks there?
Right, guy sitting right there was a witness. It was written in. You can continue this business as long as you only have 2 cars. And every time I would bring it up or write it, and then right to trash, and it's, you leave him alone, he's lived here all his life. That's all it's all further ever went. Jimmy Whited knew about it, Donnie knew about it.
Besides that, is there anything else besides that?
Well, I'm sure there's other violations, but it seemed, and it also seemed like, at the time, everybody is always on us, or saying that we have cars when they don't even come back to see that there's no cars.
Would you allow somebody to come
We're
back here?
always, what?
Would you allow somebody to come back here?
We asked him to come because one meeting we came to, this was before you took over, one meeting we came to, we're sitting over here, and there's this big box, Wes's junk car file or whatever, so everybody sees it, but no one had ever come back here to see whether there was any cars or not. It was just, they were just saying that we did. Okay, so we asked you to come, right? Did you come?
Yep.
Okay, all right. But did we ever get, oh, well, we're sorry for humiliating you at the meeting because you really didn't have any junk cars. We're sorry. Hey, everybody, there wasn't really any cars on their property. You see what I'm saying? Do you see, did we ever get a reprieve on this, that we really were not guilty? It's no, everybody just thinks that we have all these we have a junkyard back here. But, in the same sense, right down the hill, there's this big trucking business that has got 10 trucks. And always has had those trucks, even when we got taken to court. We were the only ones that they were after, only ones. When we got taken to court, and everybody else had junk cars everywhere.
Do you have something to comment on that, Rob?
The trailer company, from what I was understood, that they've had those prior to zoning coming in, so they're grandfathered.
No.
And I've never heard anything about 2, limit of 2.
Yes.
And I don't ever recall a huge box sitting up here, so I must not have been zoning when
Box.
this occurred.
Yes, you
said there
had a
was
box
huge
sitting
box.
here, you had a box sitting on here that had our name on it
Randy's never
about the court. When you started doing the junk car meetings. You did.
And Randy would allow 3 trucks.
Okay, 2 or 3.
3. Rhoda Haven was never grandfathered in. He didn't have a garage up there. He ain't allowed nothing up there.
Well, he's not there anymore.
Well, his trucks goes in down there.
Rhoda Haven?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bored.
Is he running out
He's
there?
in there.
Where is Rhoda Haven
Last time I was
at?
up there, he said he was out there.
I don't think there's
Just
anything
before
that
you go down.
requires in vehicles. Great question. So I don't know what you're talking about there.
Now they're gonna stop
At
people from making.
what hill? Hello, you guys go up the hill, what hill?
Truck, big trucks.
Any other public comments?
Okay.
The only thing I can
Yep.
suggest is to maybe run something else, and we can
I've done that.
take it to the advisor and to see what she would advise on it.
Did you ask Don what he remembers what the rule was and what was done and what was allowed.
Okay, well, that's what I'm asking you. If
Okay.
you'd like to do that, I can pass that
See, I
on
was
and just
told
get
they
her
were
opinion on it.
It's just that I don't think that we should be humiliated in front of everybody, and everybody keeps saying, we have this junkyard and we have these junkyards,
Well, I'm sorry if you
When-
felt like you were familiar.
when no one
You
came
know, I can't
back
change that.
there.
So
So
we did
every,
an aerial photo, we didn't go back there, we did an aerial photo.
Alright, we're gonna
well, a
move
lot
on.
of the vehicles are ours
If
and
there's
they're
no other
licensed.
public comments, we're gonna go on to pay the bill.
The worst place is going out way up that hill on the left where that guy do like jump sitting back there in the field.
Cherry Hill?
You're gonna get on somebody, on Frank.
Those apartments?
I got them water
Below the
trucks,
apartments, where the trash is, just the driveway below the apartments.
you can't keep that.
Trailer
They
back in there.
dragging trucks in
Top
there.
hills, carts crossing Jan Taylor's driveway, that place is on there.
You see, I don't bother anybody, I don't even know about them.
Well, if that's a violation, if you guys feel it's a violation, that's what Barb does. Talk to her.
That's what their job
Write it up.
was when they were after
That's how she
us.
takes.
Well, it's a violation, you know, like jump back in there.
Do you want me to tell you why they were only on us? Because what I was told was, we only go out if there's a complaint. Okay? It doesn't matter if they're all in violation, it's only if your neighbor complained. It doesn't matter about this one because nobody complained. But it should be the same township-wide.
I reviewed the recent files that I got, and it doesn't have any complainants' names on it, so. It looks as if the zoning inspector is just doing it herself, because there's no reference to who the complainant is.
Well, I know that's not true, because I've had calls and I say, who do I talk to? And I say, you need to talk to this person. So, I know she's not going out just drumming this
We
stuff
don't
up.
have to
Well,
put the name down of
our
the
zoning
individual who
code say
made
you
the
have to have
complaint.
a written complaint.
What's that, Mark?
The name of the person does not go on the report of who made the complaint, because that
You don't
right there
have
opens
one.
him up for
I
harassment and
don't want
everything.
it on there.
And that's per prosecuting attorney.
No, it's not.
I am the official complainer.
It's got the right to face his,
I am the
That's right.
complainer
And we're having
of
hearings
our
here.
investigation.
should be the same on this.
It says a written complaint.
Well, that's what I suggest, if you have a complaint.
Yeah, I have them written up, but Walter threw them in the trash. That was a long time ago. And he beat the table and said, he's lived here all his life.
Well, you could write something else up, right, and I can pass it on.
I don't want to bother people, I just want people to leave me alone.
No, I'm asking you, you could write something I can pass on, right?
That's all I want.
Okay, alright, yeah. Is this what we're talking
Are we done with
about?
this? I move we pay the bills again?
Second.
Okay, we're-
Okay, the first purchase order is $1,459.
Okay, there's one of these here, like, there's on the right hand side of coming from
I might have, I might have.
There it is, like a huge pull. Is that one? And then that. It's like big driveway, and there's a bar back, and a full bar. There's always trucks. Yeah. What did you say about it? They're not grandfathered? And where is the information?
Oh, yeah.
But if he knew about it, then it should be in the records, and I don't have it.
First one's $1,459, purchase order, Delta Dental.
Okay, now on the other side, on the right hand side,
The reconciliation, the bank, $115,684.48.
yes. But the question is, is he a business? Where's the part of these trucks then?
Yeah, there's a volume back here.
Those are doing maintenance.
Appropriation medical insurance distribution,
Grandfather did, they
$40,333.44.
got the business and trucks after the zoning. Before or after? Before? Okay, did he expand? from the 3 to 10 though, all the time that they were after us. But Jimmy was asking us.
We can rerun, dude. $903.18. Truck payment, 2012.
He would still be allowed to do the maintenance.
$37,560. Contracted services,
If
25
he did it
contracts.
prior to zoning, he gets to keep what he had. So, but we don't know if he was in his own, he was doing his own business. If he had a business running the
$300 for the telecom corporation.
You can't only tell him you got limit to 3, that's not how it works.
He's talking about 2 different people. Talking about 2
Where did they allow to?
Travel and meeting expenses appropriation, $900. This is just based
But
on.
if he's doing maintenance, then you can't limit 3, but he's doing maintenance.
No, he's not doing maintenance. He's driving them every day.
He has a business prior to zoning.
Last blank certificate, construction bond,
The 10
$436.
trucks are only there on like on Sundays and at night. They're on the road all the other times. Then they're all back.
I was sworn in, but I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. But the truck,
He has a business, he has a prior to zoning. Then he gets to keep it. It doesn't matter how many, you're not understanding. If he has a business prior to, if he has a business prior to, he gets to keep it.
Check number 3956, $83.66 for fire department treasurer
I don't have it.
taxation.
Jim White would transfer dollars back to Jim Green, Jim Green, David Green. Where is it?
3953, Licking Township trustees, fire contract, $12,520.
that's what you always said, that's what Jimmy said, that's what everybody said at the meetings.
But what you say, you go, he said he had a business prior to, so then everybody else said, you can't give me a limit.
3954, $12,520, Hopewell Township trustees. Person payment for fire contract.
Add on to his business as in buildings and things of this nature.
3955, National Trail Fire Department, $12,520. First payment.
You know, when Jimmy inspected Brodehaven's was about paving and stuff, and those trucks, and Jimmy did it look like farther than they had.
A decent balance in
You
it.
know that? Do
3941.
you know that when he inspected the garage, with the garage, and said, you're not supposed to have this electronic business, he only checked the garage, but it was his own basement, it was his own electronics. See, that's how Jimmy did it. Do you know that Jimmy also?
What do you guys do? I have to
Never just said, he took pictures of our place from his house. You know, they also had a courtroom and
Well, Ruby and I are.
3944, Gardner.
They know what he needs to
He has had an established business.
3945, $150, Rock Farmer, winter supplies.
Can't be over 3 years old. You show me anybody who is
He has established.
3946, $454.80, small
Everything I own is over 3
Not
years
this
old.
man, the building or nothing, so nobody would do that, because that means it can't. All states, which are down.
947, $99.50.
So basically what you're telling me is the state of Alabama is doing well, what's going on in there, after those two things, he can't do anything else, even though he's a well.
Then they
He's
gotta.
got a lot of.
$52.18. Signs for sign grant.
Doesn't matter, all states are covered, and that's what he's doing. He's covering it, that's the law.
We got it outside.
He's pulling it to the end of the bar.
He says that's,
Until it's surrendered to the crown. It's going, you have to get on the property. If you've gone on the property, looked in the barn, tell me.
What about this increase in traffic on the
The
roads?
rest is crap right
What
there.
about this, you can have this traffic on the roads, you
they
know,
can see behind the barn.
tear up our roads, because there was 2 or 3 allowed,
And he
there's
said he
10.
didn't make it.
So, see, that's what I'm saying, they fixed that road. He was all, right his own. Somebody told him that he could not expand because he had 3 trucks, that's what you guys said, I remember.
Family business means not how many trucks.
They were taking the lease, they took it together, they're slowly taking all the lease away from them, so they can, you know, when I get to say.
They've been holding on.
In other words, they, somebody would tell me how to paint it, and they would say,
Then there's another road over there by the junkyard that I used to go around there, and it was just